Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. We are back in What's the name of this place? Does it say it anywhere? Guess not. Erlengrad? Something like that. We're back. Our field is weeded. It needs a second fertilizer state, which we will do now. If it's ready for it. I'm not quite sure. It may need one more growth stage. We'll check on our... Well, I think our silage at the biogas plant is going to take another 24 hours or so, or less, a little less than that, but still got a ways to go on that, so let's... so we won't worry too much about it yet. Let's test this a little bit to see if it's ready. I don't think it is. That already looks pretty dark. Well. No, it is. 100%. 50%. Here we go. So I had a couple comments about the biogas plant. That you can, or like as you sell it at the biogas plant, silage, it will create slurry, I guess, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that. So slurry would be the liquid, like liquid manure. The nice thing about that is we could get a slurry tank, like slurry sprayer, and then use that for fertilizer. And the advantage there is that we don't have to pay for it, I guess, if it's from the biogas plant. Usually you can also get it by having animals. They will create solid and liquid manure, so solid manure and slurry. Wow, that was badly done. There we go. So yeah, something to look into once we have enough. We want to make sure we have some accumulated before we go that route, just in case we use it all. But it's definitely an option to consider. Otherwise, I don't know what else we have to do right now. We basically just are at the point where we need to pay off loans. Oh gosh. Before we probably consider getting into animal industry, because they are fairly significant at this point. And I'm doing a bad job overlapping this field. I really like the sprayers that have like a visual element so you can see the spread. I'm very bad at guessing and kind of looking where this one is going to spread, so I do a bad job overlapping, but that's okay. It'll just take a little more time and a little more fertilizer. One thing we can do while we wait for the next day is we have to figure out how we want to get silage sold at the biogas plant. So again, a couple of ways we can do it is to get belts and just kind of do like a nice easy belt system, or we can just use the loader. The loader would be easier right now. But if we got a belt system set up in the future, it would be nice. The problem is we'd have to tear it down every time we want to reload the bunker. So we'll probably try it with the loading wagon first just to see how efficient that is. Plus the belts are just more fun. It just feels really good when you get a belt system set up and it just offloads thousands of liters of something into your yellow box of sales. Okay. So we got that good. Let's go put this down and then speed up time. By the time we do that, we'll have to sleep. We'll take a big old long slumber and maybe wake up to needing to harvest. Okay, let's check missions, I guess, and see if we can start something. But we don't want to do that now, because then I think you have to pay for the lease overnight. So it really screws you up to do that. So it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. We could go fill up our fertilizer. I'm just trying to think of... We don't need to, though. Well... Let's get this ready to go. Okay, let's sleep. Okay, I thought I put him between two trees. There we go. What time is it? 21. So 3 to 24, 6 to 9 to 6, do 10 hours. See if my math is decent today. Hey, they give you a message. Bunker silo is done fermenting. That's nice of them. Okay, slow down the time. We're still not harvestable. So let's speed up the time. And let's get our tractor and go look at this silage. We'll keep the time going until the field's ready to harvest, then we'll start the harvester and go back down to 1 speed. So we'll want to take a look at our map and keep an eye on the growth. Looks like our grass just filled in the last little bit of fully grown grass, so we're ready for that again if we want to, which we do. Wonder why it's going off. The bell, I don't know if you can hear the bells on video, but they're striking. I feel like it's a weird time to strike at 9:30. Oh, you know what? They're probably still striking from 9. And because I have time sped up, it like was too fast. That makes sense. Okay, so we left our loading wagon here so we could prepare. Or not so we could prepare, but so we could be prepared. So yeah, apparently once you sell silage, this will be slurry. Which, I guess maybe if we have... I don't know. Maybe you see that information here? I don't know. Maybe once we have some, it'll show up. But for now, our price is 600. I wonder if that's just static. It looks like this. Like a lot of these prices just stay the same. But it's still more than the barn. So let's unblanket. Should hit R, I think. Yep. Wait. Okay. Well, it opened a little bit. I guess you just do a little bit at a time. We should do belts, shouldn't we? This looks like it's going to be a mess with the loading wagon. Yeah. We'll do it the old-fashioned way of zooming across the map. So we basically need 2 belts. Oh, can we even afford it? Yeah. Barely. You basically need a belt that picks it up off the ground. So that one's really cheap. What color? How much is a color? $100? We can do that. I love pink. I really do. Yeah, pink belt. Buy that. And then we need, oh gosh, was it this one? No, it's this one. Yeah. This really expensive one. And you can't change this color? That's a shame. Okay, well. You need this one to actually get the height. This one isn't tall enough to like actually unload onto any sort of vehicle. So, time. I forgot about time. Get our soybeans going. And we'll have to take a couple trips here. We could also drive the belt to the place, but it would take us 59 minutes to do, approximately. So we'll just do it this way. Looks like there's a great demand at the spinnery. Let's see. Yep. I feel like that's the lowest price I've seen. So yeah, I think belts will be nicer, especially since you just partially open it. I thought, so in the olden days, when you unblanketed a silo, it just did the whole thing at once. What's happening? Yeah, it just took the whole blanket off, and then you could just run over it with your loading wagon. Obviously, that's not the case now. It just sort of like opens a little bit, and then I assume as you unload that, it continues to open more, if I remember this a little bit, which makes it a little inconvenient. Oh, there's its drain up there. It's kind of cool. Reminds me of the trolley from Mr. Rogers. But to be fair, most things do, so. Okay, I'll set that off there, and we'll do another. And I'm okay if it takes the repair down a little bit. Let's see. This guy needs a bath. It is getting quite dirty. Or we just need a nice rainfall. Nothing too eventful here on my end of things. Watch some football. Got a Husker win. That was cool. Lions won. Thanks to a nice fumble. Lucky fumble in the fourth. Finished Paper Mario. Wonderful game. Love the style. Just a very, very good, fun, charming game. Love the ending. Love the last boss battle. I started going back to 100% it, like to find all the treasures and blocks and toads and all that. I don't know if I'll actually finish that part, but I'll give it a shot. And then I'm swapping with a friend who has Pikmin 3. So he'll borrow Paper Mario, I'll borrow Pikmin 3. I played the demo, loved it, so I'm excited for that. That'll probably be a couple weeks from now, though, before I dig into that. Alright, so let's sort of get this in the center, I guess. And I'll need the tips because I'm not super used to this. Okay, it's not one turn, so we'll just leave it like that. That's one thing I was thinking. If we get enough belts, you could basically see how you could chain them together. Like if I did something like that, and then this is the farthest this goes. But then if we got like one more belt, we could chain it there. The problem is, and I guess we have to do this anyway, as you go deeper, you have to go forward, which means we'd really need a third one, and they're so expensive, it's probably unfeasible at this point. So for now, we'll make it shorter, and we'll just lift it up. Please tell me this is the one that lifts. Okay. And then we should still be able to use this large loading wagon for this. Okay. That should do it. Actually still it's a little low. There we go. And now we turn them on. So turn on belts. We have to put this up. There. And then that'll go up. And that should go into our loading wagon. Beautiful. And you can see, oh, it already unblanketed everything. They definitely increased the range on this. I remember there was a time when like already I would have had to move it forward. And then when you move that forward, you have to move this forward. Then you either have to extend it or move that forward. And it just became really annoying. But they definitely patched it so it picks up from a really long ways away. It'd be awesome if it did the whole thing. But I'm not expecting that. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Makes belts much more efficient to use. We're not even close. It's not fast. So where is... Here's what we'll do. Instead of bringing the trailer to me, I will just go and load it quickly at the trailer. That way we can at least finish it, I think, with one more round. So we'll have about probably a little less than 20,000 soybeans. And if we look at the soybean price, that's some good money. That's what, $4,600 or $46,000 at the Felsbrunn. Cool. Yeah, if I had another tractor, I'd start planting now because planting takes so long, but that's okay. Someday. There we go. Wow, that is slow. This could be another reason we may want to just get a second or third belt and just chain it. Especially if this picks up like most or all of the bunker. And then we could just leave it and forget it. We wouldn't have to keep checking on it. So maybe something to consider. But those belts are expensive. 38, so I would need probably at least one more, if not two more. But yeah, something we might do. Okay, we're at 34. Now, if I drive away, will it unload onto the ground or stop? It stops, okay. So let's unload it. Apparently we don't see the profit or the revenue, I guess, until like the next day, which is sort of unfortunate, but let's see. Yeah, so we're actually making money apparently. So at midnight I'll have to make sure to keep an eye on it and it'll say harvest or whatever income, harvest income, probably. Check on this. That's going well. Okay. I think that's going to be an episode. We will just kind of let this finish. I don't think there's much enjoyment watching this unload too much longer. I am curious to see how far back this goes. If I have to move it, I will save it for the next episode, but otherwise I'll just let it run until it stops moving. And of course we'll let the harvester finish. Over here it's got about looks like two more passes. Almost one if you got really good, but probably two. And that is, I would call it a good day on the farm. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe, comment below if you want to. And of course, have yourselves a very nice day.